Hello, it's Judith here with this week's video. And no apologies for coming back to the topic of self-esteem, particularly poor self-esteem. Pretty much every single client that I see has some form or level of low self-esteem. And even the most confident of the people that you meet will have moments of doubt, sometimes quite serious moments of doubt. I've had a number of clients recently talk about imposter syndrome, and I certainly can remember suffering from that, particularly in the latter years of my corporate life, when I believed, quite honestly, that one day somebody was going to find out that I couldn't actually do the job that I was doing. Nobody did, actually, but it was a very strong and persistent feeling, partly generated by the hostile environment I was working in, but also by where I was myself and the way that I was talking to myself. And whatever the trigger or the original cause of low self-esteem is, frequently childhood, people who cared for us telling us we were no good, or bullies at school telling us we were no good, or showing us, usually in a physical way, or even more hurtfully or more damaging long-term in a verbal way. And of course, nowadays, for the young people, this goes on 24/7 because it goes on online as well. So you don't get shouted at school or talked down at school. It carries on, which is of great concern. So there is an original cause. Sometimes we know what it is, sometimes we don't. In my case, I think it was very much environmental and probably to do with the stage of life I was at, where I was reflecting on everything and deciding what was going to come next. And what came next was this, which is wonderful, but I didn't know that at the time. So there is an original trigger, and then we, as human beings, are very good at maintaining or increasing the damage by the way we talk to ourselves. It's not exactly a daily basis that I use this term, but it's more than once a week. We wouldn't talk to another human being the way we talk to ourselves in our head. We wouldn't talk to a dog, a stray dog in the street, the way we talk to ourselves. Why is it that we treat ourselves so badly? Part of the reason, I think, is that as human beings, we are naturally risk averse. And this is inbuilt from our mammalian ancestors and from our early history, where life was a dangerous place. So we had to be on the lookout all the time for the risks, for the things that would go wrong. And that is still prevalent. And I think in today's society, in the developed world, is transformed into the looking out for all the things that are wrong with us. And if you had a really close friend, even one who you thought perhaps was doing rather silly things or had got herself into a difficult situation, would you actually spend your time telling her how wrong she was, how bad she was, how stupid and ill-advised she was? No, you wouldn't. You would sit down and try to build her up, try to offer ideas, or just be there to support her or him through whatever they were going through. Do we do that to ourselves? Mostly, no. So my thought for you for this week is just be aware of the way you speak to yourself in your head. Awareness is the first step, because generally we're completely oblivious. You know, it's just going on. It's been going on for years, so it's a habit. We're not even conscious that we're doing it, and it just carries on. So just start noticing what's going on in your head and what you say to yourself, particularly if something goes wrong or you're having a bad day or somebody says something to you. Just notice what your internal dialogue is like. Because yes, well, I don't know about you, but I have dialogues. There's at least 2 people in there having a conversation. Sometimes it seems like lots more. But seriously, just start by being aware. And if you want to start moving on to the next step is start trying to stop yourself in as gentle and most kind way that you can from continuing this negative self-talk, because it is damaging. And you are repeating the damage that has been done to you in the past and building on it and making it stronger. And, you know, why would you do that? So awareness, trying to stop those thoughts gently and kindly, and maybe trying to think of nice things about yourself. People struggle with this one, but, you know, just be aware of the good things that you do, or the things that you do well. Okay, that's it for today. Again, as always, if you want to talk to me about this stuff, or if you have any comments or questions, you can put them below this video, or you can get in touch with me directly. Very happy to have a chat with you. And until the next chat, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye.